So what improvements over the footage of GTA 6 we saw in the reveal trailer do you expect to see in the inevitable PC port a year or two after the initial release?
Wow.
Well, that's an interesting question, but, RT Shadows is the obvious one, I think.
Yeah.
But, if you look at what Rockstar typically do, you look at Red Dead 2, you look at GTA 1, it was all about taking the existing systems and scaling them up, right? So, level of detail, that kind of thing,
Right.
increased precision on post-process effects. Obviously, if NVIDIA wanted to get involved and, make it past-face, that would be pretty phenomenal.
That's where I would go. I would hope they would partner with NVIDIA because NVIDIA wants to do these things. They want games to be path traced because, one, it makes their cards look way better. Like, that's why they do it. If they want to show a bar graph where the Radeon GPU is like at 1/3 the frame rate, they really want to get path tracing in that game. So I would hope that happens, not because I want Radeon cards to look bad, but because path tracing has, as we've shown in at least multiple videos now, has a profound effect on visuals, even above standard ray tracing, because it's not taking as many of the corners being cut, essentially, that ray tracing, like single bounce ray tracing needs to do, or cached ray tracing needs to do, or whatever. So yeah, that's one of the really cool things, and I would like to see that. But other than the things that Rich just mentioned, it's really hard to predict the future since it's so far from the future now. There could be other transformative technology that comes out between now and whenever that is in the future that could also be integrated that we don't even know about yet. Right. Frame generation did not exist a year ago, almost, like a little less than a year ago, in a real-time form for games. Then it exists all of a sudden. So,
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think, going back to the AMD thing, 2026, at that point, you would expect them to have sorted out their deficiency with ray tracing compared to the competition. Because it's not just in NVIDIA that they're losing against, it's Intel too. It's going to be an important component. They're going to be addressing that. It's just a matter of when, really, I think, on that one. Are there any other improvements you'd like to see? Moving into wish list territory, Oliver.
Well, I can't. Wish list territory, okay. Well, 3 years...
for a prospective PC port.
Okay. 3 years is a very long time in graphics technology, especially with the rise of AI and machine learning. I don't know, at that point we could have people doing like neural rendering additions to games, things like this, all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, I think we're probably going to see some of that by that point, certainly. So I'd be reticent to predict what will show up in an extremely high-end and high-budget PC game in 3 years. I would not want to predict that. But I would say,
You don't want to, but I'm asking you.
I don't want to, but you're asking me to. That's my suggestion, something new. And then RT Shadows, I think that's obvious. It's in the engine. Looks fantastic on consoles.
Right.
Not, we haven't seen it on PC, but it looks fantastic. Why not add it to the game? One more ray traced effect. Absent path traced lighting, that's probably the next best thing. Just pile on the ray tracing.